Dylan and Dustin here with the Country Scroller, and today's episode will be a reflection video on the last 20 videos that we did.
First episode was a tour of the workshop. Fortunately, I don't have a project made for that, as you know that. Tour of the workshop, nothing much has changed in the workshop except for maybe a little bit more diet dough in the fridge, but except for that, nothing much has changed. Next on our list, we got the Country Scroller sign. I made that, but unfortunately I didn't like it, so I threw it away and burned it. But I have a logo now, so if I make a Country Scroller sign, it'll be the logo. So yeah, that was the first project on camera. Wasn't sure how to really go, so next episode.
Episode 3, we did this welcome sign with the 2 guns.
Episode 4, we did this wooden plate, and composed of 3 layers, and we cut the rings out, stacked it up, staggered it, so nice looking plate there.
Episode 5 here with the Indian, we worked with the Baltic birch and then painted the other piece brown, so a little contrast there in that piece.
Episode 6, as you know, it wasn't just a project, it was the review on the products I've made over 2012, over the summer and whatnot. So I just got a couple projects I can show you from some of the things I've made. And since I got the new DeWalt scroll saw over the summer, I've been doing a lot of these portraits. So in this case I got John Wayne. Got Sitting Bull. Got the wolf next to him there. It's a nice looking flower portrait that I got off of Steve Good's website there on the blog. A nice portrait of Hank Jr.
And in episode 7 we did this MDA sign where we did some stack cutting to make the square match up with like the front thing, and also I have muscular dystrophy, so we kind of did this just for a tribute kind of thing to MDA and stuff like that. So you can watch this video. Again, it's episode 7, so if you need more information, just watch that video.
Episode 8, we did the keychain using the clay inlay that we put in there, and then we baked it and then sanded it, and it came flush with it. Again, if you didn't quite see in the video, it's sort of hard to see. Put the oven on for 230 and put it in for about half hour, and take her out and she should be good. And hope you like that episode. There's also one by Steve Good, so I just sort of did my own review on it, and turned out pretty good.
And episode 9, which we don't have with us right now, is a lion. It was a request from somebody, so we gave it away.
Episode 10 was the Bengals bee, and unfortunately we do not have that with us today because I recently sold it. And quick question for the people that watch this from the community forum. I sold the Bengals bee for $5, and it was 2 layers, a 1/4 inch, so the total would be about 1/2 inch thick with the work and the painting in it. I just want to know your idea of, was that a good pricing gauge, or like how would you price something like that? So if you could reply in the community forum to me after I post this video, that'd be much appreciated, because I just want to know to gauge the pricing a little bit easier.
And in episode 11 we made this weed bowl here, and it turned out pretty good.
Episode 12 we did this little Kiss My Bass pattern by Steve Good, and the first video where I actually sped up the time of cutting, so nice little feature to the videos there. And as you saw after that, the videos kept having a speed up cut, so it made it more interesting, not boring you to death by just cutting each little piece out. So episode 12 there.
And episode 13 here was this wooden vase. It required a lot of sanding in the very end to make it smooth, but also in the cutting part we had to cut at a 20-degree angle, and it pieced together pretty nice.
Episode 14 was the contrasting basket, and we contrasted between walnut and maple. And the first time really making something out of different woods than just Baltic birch and painting. I'm starting to experience more with some hardwoods, and more natural woods is the way I want to go rather than using Baltic birch plywood. It's the cheapest and I can come by it, but I'm starting to get more access to this hardwood, and it makes a better project.
In episode 15 here, we made this Christmas ornament just as a preview of like how we make the ornaments for family members and things like that. So that was just a preview of Christmas ornament.
In episode 16, we made this cross, and feature that I made on the stand of it. I just cut it at a little bevel to give the base a nice look to it, and there's episode 16.
Here in episode 17, we made this country scroller coaster, and the inlay in the middle is a walnut, and the other wood is the maple, and we just kind of joined the two together and thought we'd make this coaster. And putting 3 coats of clear spray acrylic, it prevents it from scratching, and it holds like anything wet you put on it, it keeps that off of it, so it did pretty good.
In episode 18, we did this which came first, the chicken or the egg puzzle. Still wondering which came first? Leave a comment in the comment box below. I'm sort of curious if any of you biology nerds out there know the biology about it or whatever. I don't. But in this video we experienced with putting together a puzzle. When I put it together I had to speed up the time because we only have a couple pieces of puzzle to it, but I'm not very good at puzzles, so I had to speed that up. Work with the contrast wood between the Baltic birch and the walnut. I painted the outside brown because I didn't have any more walnut. Now I have more access to that, like I said, in the contrast basket, and look forward to more contrasting videos and stuff like that to make it a nice look.
In episode 19, we made this USA eagle. It's kind of an important pattern because we got it from my grandpa's pattern books and stuff he used to scroll from. And we added the USA part to it, but we figured it's a good pattern to do, and everybody likes eagles and USA type stuff. So,
and that's the video on the reflection of the top 20 episodes. And as you heard maybe in the coaster video at the end, I said every 10 episodes I'll do the reflection, but I hadn't planned that before, so that's why I might not have projects like the lion or the Bengals bee. I haven't taken a picture or anything like that.